Hello, everyone. Nice to see so many of you already here. I'm so sorry, I've just been a little late. Uh, just many things to rush through. Thank you, Ia, for like two. Thank you very much. And so happy to see so many of you here. And let's get right down into it. Okay, let's get right down into it. So, today's theme, anything beautiful that you have seen. Anything beautiful. Oh, I forgot to connect, but I guess you can hear me. All right. So, today's theme, welcome to all of you again. And sorry for being a little late. And also, uh, let's start with today's theme. Today's theme is about beautiful things that you have seen, beautiful things that you have seen. So, let's see, what do you have to talk about? All right. Let's enjoy a nice discussion here. Beautiful things that you have seen. One thing that I love to see, one thing that I've loved to see is waterfalls. I love to see waterfalls, and I was very happy that I had the opportunity to, visit the Niagara Falls a couple of times. Uh, so it was really a wonderful, thing to see there. I've gone for a lot of hikes. I've taken my students for hiking and things like that, and we have seen, hills and valleys and caves. We have been into some of the caves as well. So I had so many pictures of those, don't know where they have gone. It would make lovely video. It would be able to share my experience about those hikes and things like that. Let's see, whenever I go to Canada again, I may be able to find it. I may be able to find it. And if I have it, I will scan and I will, yeah, put it up as a post. So let's see how things go that way. Let's see how things go that way. So I know so many of you were here very early, So I hope you all come back, come back, come back, come back. Like when we were very young, there was kind of a poem that mom taught us or something like that. Two little dicky birds sat on a wall. One named Peter, the other named Paul. Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Come back, Paul. Peter, okay, not Pita, but I just said Pita, okay. So yes, so that nice little short poem, and it's very strange. We are just talking about beautiful things you've seen, or nice things, beautiful memories, or whatever it is, So one of the things was when I was in grade eight. When I was in grade eight, I'm saying when I was about 8 years old. No, I couldn't have been 8 years old. Sorry. So my brother and myself are 6 years difference, right? He's 6 years younger than me, so it would have been 6 years. It would have been 6 years, okay, when I was 6 years old. My mom went to another city, and then she delivered my brother over there. Hello, Pita. How are you? You want me to sing a song, but I'm giving you music to greet you. Hello, Peter. How are you? So, oh my God, these cats. 1 minute. they're chasing each other and they switched off my fan. So, so my brother's 6 years younger, so it would have been when I was 6 years old. We went to the city where my mom was going to deliver my brother, So there was a railway school over there, and my mother just enrolled me into that railway school just for a short time, couple of months. Like she enrolled me into that school, kind of. And I remember I learned a local language. I learned a poem, and from that time till now, I'm trying to search for that poem, but to type the name in the local language and trying to find it, I've not been able to find it. But I remember the beginning and few other lines of that poem, So and now, Pita, don't tell me to recite that poem, okay? Or maybe if I recite that poem, some of the Indian people, if they come on my live stream, I've got some Indian people through other bloggers and all. If they hear it, of course, this is a modern generation, so they may not even know it. But if anyone ever hears it, then they might be able to say, oh yes, I know, my mom knows, my dad knows, my grandparents know this." So till today, when I was 6 years old, okay, and then till today, I kind of remember a lot of lines of that poem. Some words I've forgotten, some words. Don't ask me what it means. Don't ask me what it means. Like the first word only I know, Buddhu. Buddhu. Buddhu means mental guy, stupid, stupid, So so I still remember. So it's really remarkable. Some there must have been something good at that time, something really beautiful about the poem, or maybe about the teacher who was teaching it, or whatever it is. But that was a beautiful moment, and it just etched in my mind, and to think now, what is it like? I was 6 years old, so now 64 years later, I can still remember it. And that's one thing very good. That and one thing very good is that even though I was very young, I still have good memories and very clear memories. Very clear memories. So let's discuss. Come on now, Iya, Pita, and I think some of you have not yet subscribed to my other channel. Please do, please do. I know Pita has subscribed. Yeah, I will reply to your messenger messages afterwards. I will read and reply to it. Thank you for replying. But really, you, Pita, and I, we really need to get together ASAP, so that we can work it out. So please, if you don't mind, please subscribe to the channel of mine. This is a second channel. Yes, that is in Healyville Sanctuary. Yeah, Hill, Hillsville Sanctuary in Melbourne, when I went to Melbourne for my class reunion last year. So this friend of mine knows. Can you imagine? From that time, he remembers. He knows I love nature, and I love hiking, and I love all that. He remembered it. So one day he said, "Winston, come on, let me take you for a trip." I said, "Okay, where are we going?" He said, "That's a secret." I said, "Okay, no problem." So we began driving. He set the GPS and all, and we began driving. And we passed beautiful scenes. Once we left the city, once we moved out of the city, we saw such beautiful scenery, cow farms and cows and cattle grazing, on the farms, and hills in the background and all that. So I said, "Wow, you have taken me. We are going to a nice place, I think." Thank you, Apo. Like four. Thank you, Iya. Thank you, Iya, for that. So I said, "Very good. I love this nature, And he said, "Yes, I know you love nature. That's why I'm taking you to some special place." And then we came to this Hillsville or Healyville's, I forget the name now exactly, sanctuary. So what type of birds and, of course, animals and all were the usual type, but I did not get a chance to see the platypus. uh, but kangaroo was there, and couple of other, very very exotic birds. These birds were exotic birds. On my previous live stream, I had put up a picture of one bird, and here I put up a picture of these other birds, like, and there were so many of them. So many of them were on the tree, like, so many. if you enlarge the if you enlarge the thumbnail, you will see more birds, around, more birds. And what long tails they have, such a long tail. So yes, I love that, I love that there. Very beautiful, very beautiful. That sanctuary I went to see was very beautiful. I really loved it. So, it's very rare. You don't get a chance to see nature like that, and see animals and things like that. My sister was lucky. She went for what was it, the safari park in Africa. What's the name? Very famous, safari park in Africa. She went, and, like, you see the animals coming right up to your vehicle, your vehicle. They come, and it's so nice to have, like, just see them in real life, so close to you, like, oh, so. And those elephants and all, if they come close to you, they can overturn your vehicle, right? They are so strong. But they are used to visitors coming, so I think they have a behavioral code, to behave and not to harm the visitors, So as long as you don't do anything to provoke them, make them angry, then I think, they just come, and they know, like, you mean no harm to them. So they just come and look around and, show themselves to you, and then you go away. So yeah, so, those safari parks, they are beautiful. When I was doing my teacher's training, from the school side, it was a little high elevated region. So when you look from there across the school field, you could see Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga is the third highest peak in the world, and it lies on the Himalayan ranges. So you can see Kanchenjunga very clearly, very clearly. You can see it, except when there is a lot of mist, mist and fog and things like that. Then you cannot see it, but otherwise, very clear. And sometimes it's so beautiful that you see the sunlight glistening, on the top of the mountains, and all covered with snow, and the sunlight, glistens and shines. It looks wonderful. It looks wonderful. So, uh, you know, beautiful sights, beautiful sights. Then I had mentioned in a previous live stream, three friends of ours, rest in peace, Micah Pollock. He passed away. But I met George Francis in Sydney. I met George Francis when I had gone there, and so three of us had gone down a ravine, like, and it was such difficult climbing to go down, but we managed it. And then we could have gone down lower, but if we went down, there was no way we would have been able to come up again. So we just stopped there. I will put out some, make it into a post sometimes. So, and maybe I'll do it as a premiere. I'll do it as a premiere, and I will talk about, when I have enough pictures, I will do it as a premiere, and I will talk about it. So you all will, get some more information about that particular. Oh, I cannot talk about it because I will be only on chat. Uh, but I saw Magenda or Alex. I think I saw Magenda or Alex. I think Alex. She had a video playing and she was also talking. Yeah, she was also talking. So let me see how I should be able to do that. If I can do that on YouTube. If I can do that on YouTube, play a video and also do live talking. Recording okay. Recording is okay. But if I can do a live talking. Yeah, so I don't know whether that was I think that was a live recording that was done for that video. But I don't want to use StreamYard or any of those programs for now. I found a way to do co-hosting on YouTube. Finally, when the day came, things went wrong, but managed to rectify it. So I lost 1 hour of video. I lost 1 hour of video, and there were so many things. The introduction and her early life. Parinda mentioned so many things about it, but all that was lost. All that was lost. So yes, I can do a kind of a premiere or something, and I'll test it out how to do that premiere, and on that premiere then I can relate and tell you all about my about the previous things. It very beautiful. So many beautiful things that I have seen in life. I'm really lucky that I had the opportunity to see them, then. So yes, Ia, if you want to share anything, Pita, you want to share anything about any beautiful things, or anything, any event or people or whatever it is, if you want to share, please do go ahead and tell us a little bit about it. There's one place where I want to go. It's close to a place called Chiang Mai. So I want to go there, and there are lots of tribes. There are lots of tribal people there, and one of the tribal people, they have very long necks. Their necks are very long. And how do they get it long? From the childhood, they put some kind of rings. They put some kind of rings around their neck, and they keep adding the rings or something like that, and the neck keeps getting longer and longer. So can you imagine the human body? It can be done. It can be done. Our necks are short, but we can make it into a long neck. So this tribe does that, and the tribe, like, they dress in their tribal clothes only everywhere. No modern clothes, only in the tribal clothes they wear. So it's a very nice. Is it a Mong dynasty? No, not the Mong dynasty. Some other dynasty. So I really want to make a trip there and have a look and see, visit this place. And then there's another beautiful place close to Mei Hong Song. I forget the pronunciation of that name, but the queen and all had a summer palace over there, and there's a beautiful garden, and it's like you named a flower and it is there. You named a flower and it is there. That much of a variety of flowers they have in that garden. So I think now her summer palace or something has been made into a kind of a museum, something like that. So that's another place I want to, visit, go there and see. So many places to see, so many places to see. So don't know, man. Maybe my next, if I leave Thailand, my next trip to Thailand, I'll can go there and see. Please don't forget to share on. Please don't forget to click on the like button. And I put a video link. I put a video link. Please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, you can subscribe from all the channels you have. Subscribe, and I will also subscribe back again. But please subscribe, like, to that second channel of mine. Pita and Ia, we need to get together, okay? Decide on a day and a time, and then I will work out something with two of you. I have something in mind. I have something in mind, so I can share it with I can share it with the two of you, and we need to try and see if everything goes well this time, and if I can have more, if there can be more than two people, through YouTube, if we can have more than two people. So we need to get down, okay? Do it sometime by next week. I would prefer something like by next week. Let's get done, and it'll give good exposure to all of us, and make the chat a little more happy and good. So tell me something about some beautiful things that you have seen. Beautiful things, beautiful places, beautiful people, any beautiful incident that has taken place. Some incident has taken place. It really touched your heart, looking at that, it touched your heart. So if anything you have like that to share, let us share it today. All right. Let us just share it and discuss something about that. It's like, I said I only saw Niagara Falls and I only saw the Tinago Falls, but then my cousin mentioned about the innumerable waterfalls that going towards Pune, where I used to be living before. So, like, uh, going towards that, and I had forgotten. Oh my God, there were so many waterfalls and tunnels, and I'd forgotten about that. So yes, I have seen many waterfalls, like, so it's that way. It's that way. So let us see how things, so just share with, just share with me, like, anything about anything beautiful that you have seen, like, so I am waiting. I am waiting. Multitasking. Do one more task. Write about something beautiful you have seen or heard, or anything, event, or somebody that touched your life, or some beautiful moment with your mom, or whatever it is. That's right, preparing for class tomorrow. I understand. I understand. So multitasking, Pita, you mean multitasking? That's the most beautiful thing that you do. Multitasking. Oh no, how sad. No rice for dinner. Do you have rice for lunch? You have some rice for lunch? Do you have your own field to grow rice, or do you have to buy rice from the market? Oh, yeah, you have a mini grocery store. So, do you sell rice in your store? When I was in Philippines the first time in 2000, April 2019, I was looking at some of the things that can be done as a kind of a business, like not on a big scale, starting on a small scale, but something like a business. And like I thought, like if I had okay, only a mini store, no rice and all. So I always thought, like you know one more thing before I go on with that. um, yeah, from what I have noticed, okay, from what I noticed, especially during my first visit, okay, my first visit, all right, because I went to meet my ex, okay, my first visit, I went to Philippines to meet my ex, all right, but she cheated on me. So anyway, so I used to see a lot of sari stores, right? So you must be having like a sari. So I saw a lot of sari. But what I was shocked about, all right, one day this lady took me for a meeting. She said, "Come, we go for a meeting." I said, "What meeting?" She said, "Come and see." We went for a meeting, and believe me, most of the sari store owners were there at the meeting. And her sister was also in charge along with somebody else, like, but her sister was the one that did the most work. So we had gone to this place, which is her sister's home. So in her sister's home, so many people were already there and so many were coming and going. Why? They were coming to pay their loan interest. They were coming to pay their loan interest. So sari store owners were taking a lot of loans, and every week they had to come and pay the interest in cash. They paid the interest. Some of them came and took top up loans. So that is very sad, because if you have, let's say, a loan of 10,000 peso, So you have to take a loan of 15,000 peso, pay the 10,000, and then you get only 5,000 peso in hand. So now you have to start paying interest on 15,000 peso. So I was wondering, what is the purpose of having a sari store if you're always taking loans and top of loans and then paying back the money? And I know because my ex also did not had a sari store, but I know she was not making profit. She had three loans. She had three loans, and one loan was at this particular place. Then another loan was in the city because I had gone there to pay up her loan. So that was the biggest loan. So went there to the city and paid. And then there was another loan, a smaller amount, but this guy used to come every week to the store and collect the money. So I know she wasn't making money from her sari at all. And even the sari people around were not making money because I saw how many of them were there in the home, coming and going, paying interest, taking top of loans. And so I just cannot understand, why are they running a store which is not successful at all for business, not at all. So at that time I was thinking, of starting a rice business, so like I discussed many other things. Another thing that I wanted to do was be a distributor for San Miguel um, beer. Red Horse is the famous San Miguel beer and famous beer. Okay, Ia, take care, Ia, take care, Ia. I hope you find rice and have a good lunch and dinner. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So I wrote off to San Miguel, but I never got a reply from them. Because what happened? There was this guy who was distributing beer. Okay, he was distributing beer, but after 5 o'clock in the evening, he stopped. You cannot distribute beer after 5 o'clock. You cannot. You will get the order only next day morning. And so, and then on the weekends there was a problem also, I think, with delivery Sunday or something like that, or whatever it is. So I said, if we are able to supply beer even after 5 o'clock or at any time, why not? Why not? And especially on the weekends, because the Filipinos love to drink. So on the weekend, we can supply them anytime, because they may order for beer and then the beer runs out. Okay, shortage of beer. Where will they go and buy from? If they go outside into the market to buy, it will be much costlier than what they get from the distributor. So, I said, it's nice to start something like that. And on the weekend we can supply them any amount of beer they want, right? So I looked into that, but no. The rice was a big problem because to the market for buying wholesale rice was very, very far away. And there was no, we didn't have our own transport, right? So because of that, to get up transport and to buy some vehicle would be a costly affair, and if you take a taxi, okay, you can go there by bus, or jeepney. I think it was two jeepney or three jeepney rides, to go there. And then to come back, you cannot bring it in the jeepney. So you'd have to engage a taxi or something. So it really wasn't profitable. It wasn't profitable to do that. And if you buy it from sub distributors, the margin of profit is very low. So I said no, forget it. So yes, that is one thing. That is one thing that about business. So I don't know, but yet she had her sister in Montalban. She had a sister in Montalban. That sister was very successful. She was selling a lot of stuff. She did not sell rice, but she sold a lot of stuff, and um, by the lifestyle and the lifestyle of living that they had, they were, they were making good money, and there was always people buying from there. But this one was not making any profit. She had three loans going. Can you imagine? I paid off all three loans. Stupid. I was stupid. And it is lucky, like, because, and it's only recently that I came to know. I think just year before last, I came to know that if a Filipino was married before and separated, you cannot live with them. You cannot live with them. So I only came to know that recently. No, I think last year I came to know that last year. I saw so many bloggers, like, especially I saw the Filipina P, and she was getting she's good friends with a lawyer, and the lawyer has come on her channel, and they have done like a Q&A session, and that's good. Talking about Q&A session, can you start putting questions together and put it into your thing, or send me on my email or anywhere on my app if you have it, or on email. Send me whatever questions you would like me to. We can have a question and answer session. So you can ask me some questions and I will answer. My sister had suggested this a couple of weeks. I said I would get down to make a post, and I'm sorry, sister, I have not yet been able to do that. So yes, we'll have a Q&A. Q&A. We can have a Q&A session one day. So put together your questions, whatever you want to ask me. Okay. So I can then make a Q&A session for my live stream. That would be nice. I told my sister it was a very good idea. I know many other vloggers are doing it, and I love to listen. And I love to listen, to the question and answer. Some are stupid questions, but some are very nice, good, intelligent questions. So I can pick out a whole heap of questions and go through it, So that's one thing. That's one thing. Let's have a Q&A session. That would be something wonderful. So it's already starting to get very hot over here. Yes, Peter. I know you are multitasking, so it's okay. I understand. Don't worry. Don't worry. I understand. I just hope someone. It's always happening. Nobody, not many, or nobody comes on for about an hour, and then suddenly somebody starts joining later. Yeah, I hope you get your rice and the stock is not over. Unfortunately, on Messenger, there is no way to translate. I have to copy and paste it into a Google Translator and, then read. But I can use my app to read the messages later on. I can't do that right now, but I can do that later on. Oh, Pita, that is sad. You have to see an ENT. For what? What's happened? Is it your ear? Is it your eyes? Is it your nose? Is it your throat? Oh, the cough. Okay. Oh, nose running isn't better. I think your nose running isn't better because your nose reached Thailand. I think I have to send it back. If I send it back, then it will stop running. I'll have to search and see where it is because I saw there was an article, in the newspaper headlines, nose found running in Thailand. So I think it is your nose that was running around. So I have to find it and send it back to Philippines. Then it will stop running. Yes, because it's been going on for too long, and especially the cough. The cough is very irritating. It upsets the whole body. It upsets the whole body. And yes, you will have to, because it will be very difficult for you to keep speaking on live stream, right? It will be difficult if you're coughing throughout. It will be very difficult for you to speak. And remember, Pita, coughing makes you very, very tired. Coughing tires you out more. So yes, try and get to see to that. Find out what's the reason. Like, see, my sister also, she like got admitted for the night in the hospital, and the next day she was okay. Okay means better, better, and now she's okay. No cough, no running nose, nothing. And it wasn't COVID. What else? What else? Oh, I can give you an incident about beautiful things. All right, beautiful things. I can give you an incident about beautiful things. Yes, it disturbs your sleep at night, and then, but you must take a cough mixture. You must take a cough mixture that also gives you sleep. Some of the mixtures they put you to sleep. Like many medications are there which you have to take, and they tell you do not drive, do not drive because it causes kind of sleepiness and all that. So many medications are there which advise you, like if you're driving or something, do not drive, do not go out, because you can suddenly feel sleepy and things like that. So try to take also some medicine like that, but see a doctor as ASAP, and that will help you. So, talking about a very beautiful thing, like, and this is what I saw. So one day, this little boy came buy uh, to buy a candy at the sari sari. So it was 1 peso for one candy. So he bought it, and I was watching him as he opened the candy wrapper. The candy fell down onto the ground. And worse still, there's a little drain running down, the outside of the house. Just not a dirty water or clean water or whatever it is, but it's just some drain running. And it fell down. And then he picked it up and he was trying to remove the sand, the sand and all that was stuck. He was trying to remove. I quickly ran outside and I hit his hand and it fell down. And then with my foot, I kicked it like, down the drain. And I told him, I said, wait, otherwwise he might start crying or something like, So I just said, wait. I told him in English, wait. And I bought 10 candies for 10 peso. I bought 10 candies and I gave it to him. Now, when he had the one candy, he was opening the wrapper. So, in all probabilities, he would have eaten it, right? He was opening the wrapper, he would have eaten it. But when I gave him the 10 candies, you will not believe what he did. He ran back quickly to his friends and then he began distributing the candy to them. So, see, when he had one candy, he was going to eat it quietly. But when I gave him 10 candies, he never opened anything. He quickly ran to his friends and started distributing and giving them candy. What a wonderful thought. What a wonderful boy. Such a nice child. That is one reason why from that time I always said, if ever I settle down in the Philippines, I want to tutor kids free of charge, tutor the Filipino kids free of charge, like, especially the poor people, like, tutor them free of charge, because help them with their studies, help them to get a better foundation, a better grasp, and things like math. People don't like math, help them with math, help them with their English. These are my two main subjects, English and math. So from that time, April 2019, because that was the first time I visited Philippines, I always said if I ever settle down in Philippines, I will help the poor children through school, in their English and math. I will help them free of charge. Because really, it's so nice, and it's nice also in a way for me to give back, give back to education, give back to education. And that's why now, like, starting with YouTube, and when I heard Rosemary talking about, those two children she has been trying to support to school, then it gave me a nice subject to work on, that my YouTube channel, whatever I earn, by donations or super chat and all those kind of things, and um, ad revenues and whatever I earn from YouTube, I will donate everything to sending some children through university education. I won't have a regular income from YouTube, but as it keeps growing, I'm sure the income will keep growing. Like, so you I may not have enough money to sponsor one kid throughout his university. I may not have that, but if I can have enough money to contribute to a part of it, like, and help maybe more than one child, that will be nice. That will be nice. So let them try to find out if they can get some financial help from somewhere, and I will give a part of it. Like, so, it's only when I'm in Philippines that I discuss with like Rosemary or somebody else, and I will know for sure. Like, I will know for sure that okay, these are the people, they really need it. They are really, like, really poor people. Like, so yes, I would definitely spend some of my time to help them. Like, So that was a beautiful gesture, on that little child's part. I was really shocked. I was really so surprised. One candy he was ready to eat, but when he received the 10 candies, he ran to share it with his friends. Remarkable, very good, very good. What child, innocence of a child, right? After I finish my live stream, I will go to the mall for a little while. Um, I've run out of bread, so I definitely need to buy bread. I'll have to quickly check what else I need to buy, and I'll have to come rushing back for my live stream in the evening. So, I'll have to do that. Another beautiful moment. Okay, I have discussed this on a live stream before. So if you have heard it before, if you feel you have heard it before, I hope you have forgotten about it. I used to take students for camps, and there was this boy. His father was like the uh, how you have the barangay head, in Philippines, the barangay head, so head of the district. So his father was head of the district, and he had servants in his house to do everything for him. They would even serve the food. They would have the plate there. He would come and sit down. They would serve him the food. Thank God they did not have somebody to feed him. He would eat it himself. But like somebody to serve the food and take away his plate and get it washed, and help him with his polish his shoes and all those kind of things. And yet when he came for the camp, he wanted to do everything possible. He wanted to sweep the floor, sweep, because we stayed for like a couple of days, sometimes 2 nights, 3 days. He would want to sweep. Whenever we did cooking, he would want to help in the cooking. He would want to clean up after the cooking, wash the dishes. I was so surprised. Here is a boy who's used to the lap of luxury, back home. In his home, he's spoiled. He's got the lap of luxury, but yet he's not proud. And when we used to come for the camp, he wants to do these things. He wants to experience it, so he never felt dirty. He never felt bad to do it. Like coming from such a high class family, and doing something like this menial job. Like no, he did not think like that. But everybody else was chipping in and helping and doing, and he also wanted to do. And I was shocked. I was surprised. I told him also. I think Siddharth or something was his name. And I said, Siddharth, in your own house you don't do all this, how come? He said, so that is why I like to do it over here. you know I don't get a chance in my house. I just cannot, even if I want to do it. So I'm so happy to do it over here, And fire, we used to cook on wood fire, and put stones and bricks, around, put stones and bricks around, and use that, with a few dishes and all that we had taken, pans and pots and pans and all we had taken. So, lovely trips. I have very good memories of all those trips with the students. They loved it. They loved it. Initially, I had one particular friend, so he used to accompany me, and when he left and joined other jobs and finally migrated to the UK, because from his wife's side she had, her father and everything there, so actually not her father, her stepfather, but then uh, you know she's not blood relation, but she could still apply, and she applied, and she had to apply quickly before her son reached age of 18. Then he has to apply on his own. He cannot go with them. So she quickly, got all the papers together, and he has his sister in the UK also. So that also helped. That also helped. This is, but he got a lot of. She's found out a lot of things as well. So finally, they made it to UK. And so then there was another person who volunteered to come with me. He was a bachelor, so he said, I got nothing to do, let me come. And he was very good with the students as well, very nice. So I used to take him. So, yes, so that was a beautiful moment to see this boy from a rich family not doing any work at home. And yet at the camps and all, he was, doing what everybody else was doing. He must have had a luxurious bed at home, but here he was sleeping in, the sleeping bag, and the sleeping bag sometimes used to be on all gravel, stones and gravel and all those kind of things. There were times when we had a decent room. There was a decent room, so they could sleep in the room. So, like that. It was really marvelous, really wonderful. So let's see how things go. Let's see how things go. So beautiful events, beautiful memories. I'm sure there are many more, but I'm trying to recall certain things, certain events. I'm trying to recall, beautiful moments. Seeing a river overflow, flood waters. Of course, it was a case of panic, but when I think of it, like to see the water gushing and all that, it was, you know, very nice sight. It was very nice to look at, So yes, Pita, better go and see a specialist and get your nose and your throat seen to. Very important. The cough has to go. The cough has to go. I have asked that school friend of mine to try and come be on the channel if possible. Her name is Nair. I have asked her if possible, to make it. But her cats keep her awake, and then later on, they go off to sleep, and then that's the time she says, I go back to sleep a little while. So just a shout out. Please remember Martha and Stephen. Remember Martha and Stephen. Stephen has the night shift, so uh, it's 11 o'clock now. So it's 11 o'clock in the night for him. So he has the night shift from 5:30 to next morning 5:30. So he's busy at work, so it's difficult. When I'm on my evening stream, he might be able to peep in at that time, but morning is not possible for him. He is doing well with his channel, that is good. My sister is doing well with the channel, so that is also good. I keep going and checking on their channels to see if there's anything new, because there was something new for. Stephen has some wonderful dam, it's a tongue twisting name for the dam, but he put some pictures. It's nice to see that water coming from behind the dam. So, what other beautiful things can I talk about? Beautiful things. Beautiful things, beautiful things, beautiful things. There's another very uh, nice song. I remember when I had joined the boarding school in Bombay. I was 8 years old, and the priest who used to come. We used to stay at this place called Kajat. The priest used to come on Sunday, and he used to tell my parents, "You're wasting his education. You're wasting his time. Send him to the boarding." And my parents would say, "He's so small. He's so young. How will he manage being away from home first time and all that?" And they kept saying, other students are there, other children are there, how they are managing. He will manage. So finally, I was 8 years old at that time, and I joined that school. So during the music lessons, we had a class called music class, and we tried to learn, notes and all that, treble clef, and start off with the treble clef, and try to write all the notations and all that, even at a young age, but very basic, very basic. I remember the treble clef, um, that you start out with. So in that, there are two songs that till today I remember it. I I sing. I remember it. I sing. I remember it. I sing these songs. I sing these songs, etc. So I remember right till today. The words. There were times in between I forget some of the lyrics. I forget some of the words and things like that. So because of that, like, I this and one of the song is Beautiful Dreamer. Beautiful Dreamer. It goes something like this. Mm, let me put on my best singing voice for Pita. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, list while I woo thee in soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throne. Beautiful dreamer, awaken to. It goes on and on, but I'll just sing that way. I'm so scared of copyright. For some of my videos, I've been going back and looking, and I don't know, it is showing zero views. It is showing zero views, and I just don't understand why. So I have to compare it with my live stream and understand something about that. So that's what I'm doing. Last night I started to do that, but it's very time consuming. But I'm starting to do that. So Beautiful Dreamer, this is one very famous song. Oh, I forget now the other song related to this. I forget, but suddenly, Beautiful Dreamer, and so it'll come back to me maybe. Because normally when I sing Beautiful Dreamer, I sing that other song. But it's just not coming to my mind. But there was another song also, like talking about this, I suddenly remembered. I love to sing that. I love to go a wandering upon the mountain side. And as I go, I laugh and sing with my knapsack on my back. Valerie, Valera, Valerie, Valera, ha 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 ha, Valerie, Valera, with my knapsack on my back. So very nice, like, going for camping and hiking and all that, to sing that song. What's this other Beautiful Dreamer and something? And they are so famous. Oh, it's still not coming to my mind. I hope I remember it. It's so. Usually, I remember when I sing one song, I sing another one. But normally, I'm singing the whole song, and then suddenly I automatically just go off into the other one, like a medley. I go off into the other one. Oh, Pita, I don't have a singing voice, but as the Filipinos say, sing from the heart. So I sing. So yeah, see, suddenly now this song came in my mind when I was in grade three, when I was 8 years old. I heard about this camping song. Very nice song it was. I don't know the full lyrics of that one, but the other songs I still remember the lyrics. I have forgotten something in between. Then I would go on internet, I would Google it out, and I would then see what the words are, and then I would remember it by when I'm singing. So yeah, that's something nice. I don't have a good voice, but I like to sing. I like to sing. At the moment, I am playing a dual role. I am now Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I'm playing a dual role. I'm practicing to be a Filipino. I'm practicing to be a Filipino. Talking about this, yesterday in the evening, I had not in the evening. It was, when was it? Yeah, in the evening. I had a long talk with the person who's going to rent me the condo in Cebu. So I had a long talk with him, and I was very open and frank in many things. I like to be open and frank. So I told him. He said, "How's your trip? And how's your trip to Philippines working out? And like what you're going to do?" And then I told him, I'm at a crossroads in my life. Many things seem to be happening, like at the moment in my life. Like I told him, it's good I don't have to go to Canada now. That has changed my whole program. Otherwise, my program was set, like go there, go to Canada, then come back, and then go to Philippines. Like, but his accommodation is only available from 1st of June, and he will be coming to Philippines sometime in May, and he will be staying there for 3 weeks. So I told him I was going to discuss with him later on in March, because maybe there's another job opportunity that might work out for me here. If that's the case, then I will definitely not be going to Philippines right now. So I told him, like, so that is the situation at the moment. So I told him most likely I will go to India, and if this doesn't work out, I will go to India, because it means I have to book a place for 2.5 months. Like, let's just put it that way. I'll have to book a place for 2.5 months, and then when his place becomes available in June, then only I'll be able to go there. Like. So I said I don't want to like settle down and then again uproot myself and again go. So I don't want to do that. So I suddenly thought I'm not going to Canada now. So why not I make a trip to India? This has been pending for a long time, trip to India, and go and meet my sister. And I've been promising my ex students that when I come there, I want to have a meeting with all of them. I've gone to India on so many trips before, but never met any of them, like, kind of. But I want to meet them, and they are all very excited and happy to meet me after so many years. So I want to make this trip to. So I thought, why not I make this trip to India, so I can spend my 2.5 months over there, and then by that time everything would have been worked out with this British guy, and he can tell me then exactly when he wants me to arrive. They have to clean the place and get it ready and things like that. So he can tell me whenever he wants, and I can accordingly go there in the month of June. So I told him, like, I said, so I would know about this job thing, like, it has to work out, it has to work out before my visa expires here. So if it doesn't work out, then I move off to India, and spend the time there with my sister. And I want to go and see my old town, that Karjat where I was. I want to go and see that place and refresh my memory, take out videos, and when I come back, I can post them. I can use them for a live stream and tell you all about it more, like the changes that have taken place. And unfortunately, I don't have old pictures to compare, but from my mind, I can tell you what the old pictures were like, and what has come up there now, so it'll be very interesting, very interesting. I'm really looking forward to that trip, and this is a good opportunity to do it. Like my sister was going along with some group of friends, some new friends she has. She was going there. She just told them about it, and they said, "Yes, let's go." Somehow the other, it did not work out. So I told her, "Sister, it did not work out. So just hang on. It's just a matter of some time. If I get this job and cannot come, then cannot come. But if I'm coming," I said, "just hang on for a little while more. And I'll, as soon as I know that, okay, it's not worked out and I'm coming to India, then, let's plan the trip together." Because, like, she doesn't have a memory of that. And maybe I don't know, if we go and I explain to her, then it will come back to her, or she may remember. She's 1.5 year younger than me. But, it's not everybody that remembers everything, right? Like I've said, no, there are many things that may have happened much later on I don't remember, and yet I remember something like when I was 6 years old, I was 8 years old. I still remember things like that. And where my brother was born, it's a place called Balsa, Bulsar, Balsa. Now the name is changed to Valsad, Valsad. They have made everything, all the British names and all have all become now Indianized names. So we used to have a person who used to come on his bicycle. He used to sell pork products. So pork chops and ham, bacon, and all the pork products and all he used to sell. So he was nicknamed Pork Chop Charlie. His name was Charles, so they used to call him Pork Chop Charlie. "Oh, Pork Chop Charlie has come. Pork Chop Charlie has come." So he used to come around to, like, we used to meet at the institute, Railway Institute, where they had dances and shows and Christmas and all. So he used to come like on the bicycle to all the houses wherever we were, all these Anglo Indians, and he used to come and he used to sell the product, and very nice, tasty, very good products, clean, nice, very good in those days, And also in that particular place, I had two aunts living. One aunt had two daughters, but sad, one daughter, the eldest one, passed away, many, many years ago. That time, when we were children only, she had passed away. So there was only one daughter left. And then there was another aunt of mine, and she had like seven children. So then she moved to a place called Lucknow, where I used to go and go there for Christmas, So she had like seven children, and they had a nice big house and lots of land, in front and all that. So uh, it was nice. And then I had another uncle who had one daughter. He was working on the railway, so he was staying in railway quarters, and the railway quarters were huge railway quarters, big, so many rooms, and it was only husband, wife, and one child they had, one daughter. So we used to go a lot, our family. We used to go a lot for Christmas time, Christmas shows and all. My brother was born in the month of March. So that year we just went, you know, in March. But otherwise we used to go for Christmas shows over there. Beautiful. And there were so many people to stay with, My uncle was there, my two aunts were there. So lots of places to stay with. So no problem for accommodation. So, lots of good memories. So Pork Chop Charlie used to come and supply us all his thing. Now, even that, if by chance I ever take a trip to Balsa, if I my base will be the Railway Institute. That will be my base, the Railway Institute. And from the Railway Institute, I don't know if that school, railway school, is still there, but from the Railway Institute, I think I still remember directions. Now, many things would have changed. Many things would have changed. I do not know the names of those areas, and my uncle and aunt and all have all passed away. My dad's siblings, everyone has passed away, and the youngest one passed away the last. You know, it is so strange. The eldest brother, he passed away first. I think my dad passed away second. I think, in a way, they all passed away according to their birth, just coincidence. According to their birth, they all passed away. My uncle, of course, had and all went with heart attack. I think, all got heart attacks, and they all passed away with heart attacks. But I think they went according to their age because I know the eldest uncle, he was the first one to die. The youngest uncle, he was the last one to die. So, uh, yeah, now why did I go? Yeah, so, three of them were there. So now I can remember. If I go back, I would remember, be able to remember. But I hope I would be able to meet somebody who was, or somebody's children, or somebody who was there from those years. Then they might have a memory and they could help me to find those places. Otherwise, on my own, I'm sure I will never find it, because, like, away from that, it was more like a countryside, like Pita, something like how your house is like, so like it was more like, like that type of thing. So I'm sure, so many things would have been developed. Those places must have been pulled down. Buildings must have come up over there. So I wish I could find somebody. I've lost my previous WhatsApp, so it's sad, because when I went to Dubai one day, a friend who was working, a colleague who was working with me in the other school for 10 years, he also came to uh, Dubai, and he was working. And they used to try to pass me some tuitions, any extra tuitions or something. They used to pass it to me. So that way they passed. He said, like, I cannot go to this place for these classes. I cannot go, but this boy has asked for classes. So I thought of you because I was living in that area. I was living in that area. And if I had to walk, it would be like just a 15-minute walk. But I had a car. We had a car. No, we didn't have a car in those days. We got the car. No, we got the car much later. Yes. So I said, yes, no problem. It's about 15 minutes walk, so I can go there. So took the address and everything, got his number, contacted him on WhatsApp, and on WhatsApp or something. I forget now. I just called him or something. Anyhow, so yeah, I don't know whether, no, I don't think we had all these apps in those years. Correct. We didn't have these apps in those years. I think I just called him. Yes, it was only calling. So I called him and fixed up and went. The lady of the house, she opened the door, and when she opened the door, now, one thing before that, their family name was Browns. Browns, family name was Browns. And in Balsa, there was the best dancing couple. Best dancing couple were the Browns. And Bella, Bella was her name. Oh, Bella and I just can't get his name. Bella and Lenny. Bella and Lenny Brown. So Bella and Lenny Brown, they were the best dancing couples over there, and they used to go away with all the prizes, for the dancing competitions and all. And for jive in those years, when I would say, like, now go 6 years, 7 years old, and 8 years and all, like, maybe from 4 or 5 years old, I was going there. I don't know, but I remember I've got some baby photos. Some baby photos. That means as a baby, my parents had also taken me once over there. I wasn't born there. I was born in another city. But my parents have taken me over there as a baby. I'm sitting in a little stainless steel basin. I'm sitting in a little stainless steel basin in my birthday suit. I've got a picture of me sitting in that little stainless steel basin in my birthday suit. So the censored part is cut off. You cannot see it. It was taken at a nice angle, but I'm sitting there very happy. And I've got another one where I'm lying on a mat. I think I'm lying on my stomach or something in a mat. And if you look at me dressed up, you will think I am a girl. All right. Because my mom, I believe my mom wanted a girl, but unfortunately, I was a boy that was born. But as a child, as a baby, she would dress me up in girls' clothes. So she would dress me up in all kind of little frocks and all, and maybe sometime I have a hairband. And I don't know, but my mom says also in the early days as a baby, when my hair was growing, she used to even make ringlets for me. She used to even make ringlets for me, she says, like, you know. So I don't know. I don't have any pictures of that, like, you know, with me in a ringlet. But yes, I have baby clothes, and I was dressed in kind of dresses, you know, frocks, dresses. So you see me lying on the mat with a dress, no shirt and pant. So luckily, I think my mom stopped that and started dressing me as a boy, or maybe she did that when my sister was born. Yeah, I must ask my mom. Maybe I was 1.5 year old when my sister was born. So when my sister was born, maybe then she stopped dressing me up as a girl because now she had a real daughter to dress up. So that's an interesting thing to find out from my mom. So yes, you know, so I used to be dressed up as a girl. Thank God I did not become a pansy or you know what. Hi, how are you? No, you know, I did become effeminate, like you know. Thank God for that. Like I know so many people that you know turn out to be like that. So I did not turn out to be like that. So that was one thing good. So yeah, so that's something about my childhood. So I still have you know those pictures. It's very nice, but I think I have it in Canada. You know, so uh, they are not on my Google Photos. I wish they were on my Google Photos. So let me see, like you know, so good, beautiful memories, right? Correct, beautiful memories. You know, so I have been there as a baby also. You know, so if I find somebody, so I was telling you about these browns, you know, in Dubai, browns. So when I went there, I was thinking I must ask them if they are because browns is a rare name like to have in India, like. But from the Anglo-Indian point of view, yes, you know, because English names. So we said and family name it was. So let me ask them if you know they if let me ask them if they know any Browns or are they related to any Browns that used to be in Balsa. So when the lady opened the door and she said, "Okay, sit down. I'll just be with you in a minute," and all, I was looking around the house, and as I was looking, suddenly I saw this photograph. Okay, I saw this photograph up there, and believe me, I recognized it immediately. Just looking at that photograph, I recognized it immediately and I said, "Oh my God, this is Lenny and Bella Brown. You know, this is surely Lenny and Bella Brown." So when the lady came back again to sit and talk with me, I said, "I'm sorry, before we begin talking, I wanted to ask you this question before." I said, you know, I said, "This is one of the first questions I will ask you when you come back. But, you know, I have to ask you this question." I said, "I'm looking at this picture and I wanted to ask you if you know anybody by the name of like any relative Brown." No, I said, "I wanted to ask you a question." I said, "But before I ask you that question, how is Lenny and Bella Brown related to you?" And she got a shock. Eyes went wide, you know, and she got such a shock, like, and she said, "How do you know Lenny and Bella Brown?" I said, "No, tell me first. How are you related to Lenny and Bella Brown?" And she said, "I am married to one of their sons. They are my in laws. I'm married to one of their sons." And I said, "Oh, wow, what a small world." I said, "I know them from Balsa." She said, "Yes, yes, they are at Balsa. They were in Balsa. They passed away, but they were in Balsa." So she said, "How do you know?" Then I told her my story about visiting there, and I said, like, I think the last time I went there when I was 8 years old, like, So she said, "My God, you have a remarkable memory. You remember the picture, like, and you remember their names, like." And I said, "Yes, they were the best dancers, best jivers." And she said, "Yes, they kept on winning competition after competition till they were pretty old as well." And they also had 7 children. So all coming in, tuk 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 tuk, like the duckling and the mother, all coming in like 7 kids. And my other aunt also had 7 kids, so all trickling in. Like, I think these two families were the ones that had the maximum kids. All the others had one, two, three, 4 kids, but these two families had like 7 kids, all trooping in one after the other. Tuk, 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 tuk. It reminds me of the movie The Sound of Music. If you ever seen the movie Sound of Music, Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer act in that. And like, Christopher Plummer is a widow. His wife has passed away, and he's a widow, and he's a captain in the army. And the setting for the movie is Austria. Setting for the movie is Austria. And at that time, when the Germans were attacking Austria and things like that. So that's the setting for the movie. Austria, I tell you, beautiful hills and all that over there, So, uh, yeah, Julie Andrews sings a very nice song over there, and it's quite a theme song. Now, Pita will say, "Why don't you sing it?" The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills, something, something, fill my heart with something, I forget the words. So, so I told them, Lenny Brown and Bella Brown from Balsa, the dancing shows and all. Then she said they are my in-laws, and I married one of the younger sons. And I married one of the younger sons, and I said, "Oh my gosh, what a small world this is." Then we spoke about everything. Then she asked me if I could come in the evening and start teaching the son. So I was teaching him English and math. And then later on, as we got to know each other, I told them, if he is weak in any other subjects, it's not my subject. But if he's weak and he needs any help, I can help him to some extent. I can help him. So he started to ask me questions in geography. So I started helping him, with things in geography. And then sometimes I would tell him, like, you send me whatever homework you have, then I could, like, try to find out some information about it, and then I could, go for the class and help him with that. So yes, so that is it. Yes, Vita, I know. That's why I said let me just sing that song. So beautiful movie. If I tell you I saw that movie more than 20 times in my life, if I saw that movie more than 20 times in my life, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. And I remember it came out at a theater called Eros in Bombay. My sister sent me some pictures recently of how they have, renovated the movie theater. Beautifully done, so modernized with lights and designs, and so beautiful it looks now. But there itself, I saw it. Then I saw it on TV. They used to play movies on TV, so I saw it on TV. Then later on in life, as an adult, also I have seen, that movie on TV and things like that. But when I was in Bombay once, I was now quite kind of quite grown up, and I went to see the movie. And believe me, I did not enjoy it that much. But what I enjoyed more was watching the kids' reaction in the movie theater, in the movie cinema. Watching the kids' reaction, I enjoyed that movie a little more, like, from that point of view. How the kids were so excited, and how they would burst out and laughing and, crying or whatever, according to the scenes and all that. So I enjoyed that reaction from the students so much, and that is why I just got interested in the movie again. And later on in life, even as an adult, when I had a chance, opportunity, I have seen that movie. And so many songs, very nice songs, like the Do Re Mi song is there. uh, Um, and what so many songs, like, I enjoyed it. And Julie Andrews also is a singer. She sang those songs herself. She's also a singer. Apart from being an actress, she was also a singer. And in that, there was a song also with a puppet, puppetry, and she was like handling the puppets and all that. Very, very beautiful movie, worth seeing, like, worth seeing. So yeah, the eldest daughter is friendly with a German officer, like, young German officer recruit, and she sings also. Oh, Pita will say now you sing that also. She sings a nice. There's a duet, going on before that. I am 16, going on 17, innocent as no. I am 16, going on 17. I know that I'm naive. Fellows I meet may tell me I'm sweet, and willingly I'll believe. And then he sings, like, you are 16, going on 17. Uh, what, or does he sing it for himself? Something like that. I just forget the lyrics now. So there you go, Pita. Again, another song for you. So yeah, beautiful songs in that. I tell you, it's you get a chance to see it. It's a long movie and it's a very enjoyable movie. Like so that's why I started then teaching that boy, and we became very good friends, and we used to speak about Balsa days. I did not know the names of all those seven children. I did not know their names, so I did not know the name of her husband. But then I just got to know him, and whenever he used to be at home, if by chance, then I met him and spoke to him. And we used to talk about some the good old Balsa days and exchange some uh, talk about those days, like, and about people around. But then she was saying, like, when they left Balsa, the institute was gone. Most of the Anglo Indians had left, and gone away. Many had gone abroad and settled down. UK, Australia, they were the main destinations where most of the Anglo Indians had gone. UK and Australia. So she said, then, or no more shows in that railway institute, no more shows, no nothing, very dilapidated. It was like a ruin, like, So now I do not know today what they have done with that, but that would be my landmark. I would ask somebody where used to be the railway institute, where was it, like, and go there and see, like, maybe it's broken down, they've constructed something else there now. I don't know. So, so many changes have taken place. But I know I can just start from there. There was a railway institute, there was a railway school, and there was a railway hospital also nearby. A railway hospital nearby. I don't have memories of the school building. I don't have so much memories of the hospital, except I know, like, many hospitals, it was longish, like this way, like it was built like this way, longish, and but of the railway institute, I remember in which side was the direction, direction to enter the railway institute. I still remember that. I can still picture kind of what it looked like. I can picture it had a nice wooden floor. The dance floor was a wooden floor. They used to have whist. It's a card game. I don't know how to play it, but a card game called whist, WHIST. So they used to have competition, So you had to pay to join the competition, and then the winner got like a hamper or something like that. So the Railway Institute made a little money from that. Then they used to have Tambola or Housey or Bingo, whatever you want to call it, different names like, Tambola, Bingo, Housey, different names. So they used to have that and make a little extra money for that. So from that, then they used to have organized races and all for the kids, races and all for the kids they used to have. So three-legged race and lime and spoon race. I remember these were the famous. Any kind of races, like, you had to have the three-legged race and you had to have the lime and spoon race. So yeah, good memories, beautiful memories, like, So nobody is sharing their memories with me. So sad, so sad. Nobody is sharing their memories with me. But anyhow, I'm sharing my memories with you. Beautiful memories, beautiful memories. So, and they are in beautiful places also. Coincidentally, uh, another aunt of mine, another aunt of mine, uh, her husband was working also on the railway, but they never stayed in railway quarters. They were renting their own place. And those days, they used to have coal engines, steam engines running on coal. So I have had a chance to go with my uncle, and there are so many men working over there. Like one will be the main driver, or two will be the main drivers, but all the others, the engine had a lot of coal behind, and the coal would come through an outlet, and how they would be like with spades into the furnace, and it used to be so hot and sweaty over there because the coal is put into the furnace is burning the coal, and that's how it's creating that steam and energy for the engine to move. So those were the kind of things, and so hot it used to be there. So I've traveled with my uncle also on that, and I've seen how they used to do that. I'll just charge my laptop battery. So I used to see that, how that is done, and I used to take a short trip, a short run for that. So very interesting, very interesting that was. Then, but I did not go very often. I've just gone a couple of times there. Then I think once or twice, my other uncle, who was working in the railway and had beautiful railway quarters. Oh, come on, before the battery goes off. Okay, thank God. So, my other uncle, who had railway quarters, the big railway quarters I mentioned. So he was an inspector. He was an inspector. So he used to go inspecting the railway bridges and the railway tracks and all that. Then if there was an accident or something, he used to go. Now, one thing very, very funny about that is they had something like what they used to call a trolley. Okay, a trolley. What was the trolley? The trolley was like, take like a bench, like let's say it's like a bench where you can sit this side and you can sit that side. Okay, so a bench. So here was the rest in the middle to rest, and bench like. So that was it. It was on four wheels. The wheels were just like the wheels you have for a train. For a train to run, the wheels were just like that, wheels, and you could, and then it was put onto the railway track. Initially you had to push it, to build up a little speed, and then whoever was pushing would jump onto it. Of course, they had the workers to do that. My uncle didn't have to do that. He was royalty, sitting like a king there. And then they had a lever system, and so that lever was to, either drive it, move it fast, or make it slow, or stop it. So a lever they had, I remember, just a lever. So you move the lever forward and it'll go in according to different speeds, and you start moving it back, it will slow till finally you move it right down, it stops. So they had a lever like that. So I tell you, it was real fun. It was real fun. It was real nice to go on that experience and see how it is done, how they do it, and it's like open air, open air. So if it was a monsoon season, it's raining, you have to be dressed in raincoats, mostly raincoats were the best, not umbrella. The umbrella will fly away, and it's not good enough moving like that, in the open. It's not good, to have an umbrella. It'll turn inside out, it'll blow away, rain will still come on you. So they used to wear raincoats only, raincoats. And nice, good duck back. I remember the brand of the best raincoats in those days was duck back, duck band, or duck back or duck band, one thing, something like that, I forget. So that was the most famous brand of raincoats. So I remember, wearing raincoats, and my uncle used to wear raincoats when it's raining, and he used to go on the trolley. He was a bridge inspector. Sorry, not track inspector. He was a bridge inspector only. Yeah, he used to go and inspect bridges and all that. Yeah. So His wife was a housewife only. She didn't work in her life. And she had her mother living. And when they moved to Bombay, I used to go and visit them so many times. She was my favorite aunt, my favorite aunt. And we got along very well with her. And she had only one daughter, but she was my favorite aunt. And then her mother also, so sweet, so soft spoken. And that time I was working in Dubai, right? So when I used to go for holidays, I used to always take some gifts for all of them. Like only for the mother, her husband, my uncle had passed away. So I used to take like not for the daughter, and then the daughter got married, so I never took for them. But I used to take for my aunt and for her mother. And one day when I took the gifts and I went to visit them, and I said, "Oh, where's Nana?" We used to call grandmother like no Nana. We used to call. So where's Nana? She said, "Oh, Nana's no more. She died few months ago." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I wish I knew that earlier." And I said, "Okay." For the elderly people, you bring a different print for material. You bring a different kind of a print. And my aunt was like kind of middle aged, and things like that. So she had a different print. I brought for my grand aunt, a different kind of print. But anyhow, I said, now you use it, do whatever you want with it, like, do it. So it was so sad when I heard she had passed away. Very nice lady, very nice lady. And so soft spoken, so nice. Like now that cousin of mine and her husband and all, then she had two sons, and they migrated. When I went to New Zealand to get search for that university, see whether it's good for my daughter. That's the first time in my life when I came back to Dubai. I started telling all my friends, please take your kids to a foreign country. Please take your kids there. Education is good. Everything is so good in a foreign country. Move, go to foreign country. Unfortunately, like the agent cheated us, so we couldn't go. But in the last year, my cousin, he went off. My cousin, she and the family and all, they went off to New Zealand. They said, "Really? Is it true?" I said, Go, take your kids. Take your kids." And they went off, and they settled down. They went off even before I went. The agent really cheated us, like. And in the final year, when you know my daughter was graduating, I mentioned it before. We went to tour the North Island. So one of the first places we went was to visit them. I visited them over there, and then from them I visited. We went off and visited other places, and then came back, to Wellington. So they were doing well. He had a very good position in a newspaper in Bombay, and one of the famous newspapers in Bombay. He had a very good position, and when he went there, also he got like almost a kind of likewise position, like. So they did very well for themselves, like. I wish I had to go get New Zealand and not migrate to Canada. New Zealand is better. I wanted Australia, but then since I found university, so we tried for university. Then by the time the 4 years passed and we were cheated, we knew finally we are cheated. I tried for Australia, but I was 1 year over the limit. So sad. I was 1 year over the limit. See, if we had to know before, and I kept telling my wife, let us go to the immigration in New Zealand, let us find out. She kept saying, no, no, no. If we had to go, we would have found out. At that time, I could have applied to Australia because my next bet was Australia. So I loved Australia at that time, and after visiting Australia last year, I keep telling everybody, don't migrate to Canada, migrate to Australia. It's much better to migrate to Australia. So yeah, so it's that way, like, it's that way. So my gosh, I'm just rambling. I don't know from where to where I just go on. So, all beautiful experiences those were. Today we are not going to ever experience that. Now it's all electric engines, modern engines, bullet trains. So everything is so modernized today. you know we don't see those kind of trains. We don't see today, those kind of engines and all. We don't see. I'm sure they have something better than a trolley to go and inspect bridges and all. They must be having something better to go. Yeah, if it was a little longer distance, then they would take a train to that place. If something had to be inspected and it was far away, then they would go by train. But if it was something nearby around their area, they would go in this trolley. They would go in this railway trolley. But very, very nice, very beautiful. Actually, when you're singing, you have to sing nice and loud and full. I am singing very softly, that's another problem. And when you're singing softly, you cannot sing in proper tune and all those kind of things. Of course, I don't have a voice, a singing voice, but it's only when you sing like right from your stomach, like deep down, you sing full throttle as they call it. Then the singing comes out better. Your voice throws out a little better. So strange, talking about singing and all. I going for parties or going for anything like that. I always remember, like always they will tell children to sing. At parties, always telling children, sing some songs, sing this, sing ABCD. You learned ABCD, sing ABCD. All these kind of things. And I was very shy. Never want to sing in front of public or anything. Never. I was a very shy person like that. And even today at a party, you ask me to sing. I don't like parties, but you ask me to sing. I don't think I will sing. But I don't know. I feel comfortable over here. I need to know the people around. I need to know them. I need to feel comfortable with them. Then, okay, I would not feel shy to do it. Now here, I do not see any of you. I'm singing only to myself. Okay, in a way. So I think I could do it. So when I come to Philippines, even Pita, you will remember the final night before I had to leave, the final night. You will remember you all had karaoke and all of you were singing, you, Genevieve, and Sharon. All of you were singing. I don't think I ever sang, right? Do you recall me singing? I don't think I sang. Kind of, I came for 10 days and I knew all of you, kind of, but I think I did not sing. I was too shy to sing. Do you remember? I don't recall myself singing over there, but you would be able to, you would remember and tell me, I guess. So it's that way. I keep saying, bad habit. Bad habit, to see, keep saying, at the end of every sentence, I must stop that. You know? Oh my gosh, I wish I had more people over here to listen to me, like, it makes a big difference when you are on a live, somebody's live stream and you're interacting, and to watch a live stream later on, it's a complete different thing. The only beautiful thing also is that you can leave it on and you can be doing some work and you can enjoy listening to the live stream while doing some other work, a replay of it. So that's another good aspect of it. You don't have to sit down and keep watching it, because everything is listening, right? Everything is listening. You don't have to be watching the video. You have to only listen to what is being said. And then of course to read the comments of the people, what they have written and things like that. So that's it. Let's see how long I can speak without using those two words which I'm using often at the end. Let me see how long I can speak without using those two words. All depends on self control. It all depends on self control. So let's see how it goes. I'm just wondering when YouTube will hit me back with some copyright. I'm just wondering. That's why I'm only singing a bar, like or a chorus or something. I'm just singing that. Their algorithm is great. So many people are posting, but how it picks up. Like Rosemary, she does singing and all. How it picks up, the algorithm, and he gets, she gets a thing. Not a, she doesn't get a copyright strike, but she gets a message saying that, uh, you have to delete blah 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 blah. You have to delete it, or you have to mute it, or change the song. But you can't change the song. If you're singing a song, you can't put another song. It won't lip sync, right, with what you're saying. Like I had to do that for my Australia teachers reunion. I had to just uh, I said, what's the point of muting? Because they are listening to something and then suddenly it gets muted and then they cannot hear what is being sung. So what is the use of that? So I said, let me just delete that section of that song. Let it get deleted. So I just deleted it. I must go one day and have a look how the video looks now. Oh, I said, oh my God, just now it came out. Not even 2 minutes. And I said, I have to, I have to be careful. I have to be conscious about that. I must go and check that video to see how it looks now. So Pita, thank you so much. You are the only one that has been over here throughout, and thank you for your support. And looks like yesterday morning, day before yesterday, yesterday morning for sure, yesterday evening for sure, you were there for so long, and then other people joined. Each time I thought of stopping. That's why today also I thought, should I stop after 1 hour? No one else is here. And something put it in my mind, let it be. I know Pita will be there. She's multitasking. So let me just keep it on. Let me just keep it on and see how it is like. Again, I said, oh my God. After saying it, I realize it. Why can't I realize it before saying it? Oh no, oh no, oh no. In in Thailand, they have a word, ting tong, ba, ting tong or ba. Ba means you're really stupid, kind of. Ba means you're really stupid, and ting tong means you're mad, cracked. Again, I said, Again, I said, Ting tong means cracked, little mental. Winston, you will never learn. You will never learn. So, ting tong or ba? I am ting tong and I am even ba. I had a long talk with that British guy yesterday. Very nice talk I had. So many things we spoke. I openly spoke about myself and things like that. They have got a lot of houses and property and all that they've got over there. Very nice, very nice. We had a long chat. We had a very very long chat. He didn't switch on the video, so I did not ask for video because if the other person, it all depends. Like the other person doesn't want to have. Oh, today is Sunday. Last Sunday, my friend called me from Australia, from Sydney. He called me, but I was traveling in the bus or something. And then finally, when I went to the mall, yes, Pita, I know you are listening. And finally, when I went to the mall, then I switched on my phone and I found all, the messages. I saw he had missed call. And, so sad. And it became too late by the time I came home. He was out. He was out. I think he called later and we spoke or something. I'm not sure. No, I don't think so because I came back. I came back a little late for my live stream. No, I came back early for my live stream. The week before that, I came back late, but I came back a little early from my live stream for my live stream, and I went straight for my live stream. And after that, it's too late because Australia, where he is staying, is 4 hours ahead of me, so it will be too late for him to call. Today, I must check and see he will like he should be calling today for sure. I must check that out. Oh, I said after the shower, I will wash up my things. Good, I didn't wash up because I was late. I was 2 minutes late to come for the live stream. I had come here, but by the time I set up and everything, it was set up my studio. I was 2 minutes late. Anyhow, Pita, there's another 4 minutes left. Okay, 4 minutes left. So I will just end it up after 4 minutes because I need to go to the mall. I have to buy bread and I have to check up and see if I need anything else apart from the bread. If I need anything else, I think I have enough for lunch and dinner. I have enough for lunch and dinner, and yes, I have enough for. I have to cook rice. I have to cook rice. So maybe I do not know how much of rice is there. I have to check and see. I think maybe just enough for my lunch. At night, I would like to eat bread. So I like to eat bread with my with this curry. It will taste nice with bread. Anyhow, at least I'm doing. Again, I almost said. At least now I'm being so conscious about not saying those two words that it will spoil my talking life, right? It will spoil my talking. So I think just forget about it and hope in time I do not keep saying it. So that's that. That's that for now. That is that for now. So just a few minutes left. 2 minutes left. I better put a thank you note. Yes, it's okay, Pita. What to do? Like I have decided from my side, I will just do what I'm supposed to do, right? So sometimes there will be people, there will not be people, but it's just that since of late, there have not been that many people to start with, like. Again, I said, not many people to start with, and it doesn't matter. I will still do what I am going to do, because next week I may not be on live stream for maybe 2 days, maybe one day, maybe 2 days. I may not be on live stream next week. I don't know the days. So I need to, I need to be careful. I need to be careful about that. Now it's about 12 o'clock. Okay, so I've done my thank you note. Thanks to all who stopped by my channel. Special thanks to Pita, who has stayed. Wrong English. Who who has stayed here till the end and kept interacting with me, even though she was multitasking. Bless you all and see you in 5 hours. So I have 5 hours to have my lunch, leave quickly. I thought I'd have a shower, but no, I won't have a shower. I'll come back and have a shower. I had a shower before the live stream. I'll have a quick lunch. I'll uh, I'll have a quick lunch. I'll leave. I'll just dress up. I'll leave, and I'll get back. And I'll get back in time. Very hot it gets over here also. Too hot it is. I cannot be having 6 showers every day like. So thank you, Pita. Thank you for staying right till the end. I will end my live stream now. Love you all and God bless.